Hello guys, Suffolk Hobbit, and here is my new updated showcase for my Mordian Ironguard in all their glory. So, long story short, these guys are actually sort of undergoing a complete repaint mission, basically, from when they were last seen. Yeah, I'm about 65 or 70% through the actual repainting process. I'm repainting the coats, the whites and the flesh colours mainly. The rest I'm happy with. Just to bring up to the standard that I'm currently painting at, which, if that is a good standard, I feel it is. That's where I'm at, basically. And it's an ongoing project. It's kind of a mixture of buying some new models, and as I was painting them, I was thinking, well, hang on a minute, this new model looks better than the previous ones. It just made me sort of think maybe I should just redo the whole thing. So that's what I'm doing. And also, it's thanks to this guy as well that happens, but I'll explain that as we go along. So here they are. Quite a few there now. Not as many as some armies, but a fair few. Apologies about the lighting, guys, and if it looks a bit blurry. I don't know what's going on today, but my camera's just not feeling it, so I do apologise, but I'll do a better video. This is more just a quick sort of, this is how the army is so far. So if I do a little recap over here, I'm sure you guys will notice, for those of you that may have seen the first video, I have a lot more heavy weapon teams now, a lot more. We got 3 mortars, 3 las cannons, 3 missile launchers, 2 heavy bolts, and an auto cannon. That's kind of my anti-infantry heavy weapon squad right there. Got me mortars. Tell you what, guys, these guys have been very reliable. There's mixed reviews about them on the internet, but I personally really rely on them. They demolish Poxwalker units, as my friend Martin knows all too well. Really good, reliable unit. They'll always cause a couple of casualties every time we use them, so I'll never leave home without them. Got the las cannon teams. Painted the little sort of the kill markers on them as always. Got them numbered up 1, 2, and 3. Missile launcher teams, mixed success, but again, always worth taking. And then of course heavy bolts and the auto cannon. I prefer the auto cannon compared to the heavy bolters. It's just a personal preference of mine, but I just find it seems to be more damaging than heavy bolters. But again, the good weapons. You can't leave home without them. And I mix them up with the units as well, so sometimes a bit of heavy support within the unit itself. We have got 1, 2, 3, and 4 personnel, squads even, I should say. And yes, there is only 8 in that squad. That is because 2 more are on the way from eBay. They are led by a classic sergeant, the more out of production model for a longer amount of time with the auto pistol and chainsword. And a multi-melter. We've got a power sword and las pistol sergeant and a grenade launcher. We've got a chainsword and auto pistol sergeant with a grenade launcher. And the same again there, but with a power sword and las pistol arm sergeant for the 4th squad. These guys, again, reliable. They do the job, they do what they do, the guardsmen. And again, as you can see, some have got the old style red, some have got the better highlighted version, and some bases need work on. As I say, it's work in progress, we're getting there. We got 5 rattling snipers, the new guys. I love them. The character on these guys is absolutely superb. And I've got 2 classic ones. I might sell these guys off, I'm not sure. I might try and buy the other original snipers as well, we'll see. See how we do, but they are cool. But I might keep them just as a thing, who knows. Got the platoon command, lieutenant, multi-melter, grenade launcher, and a converted Comtech. Got my battle standard, one of the battle standards, sort of a candle with wings. Tried to go a bit 40k-esque. I'm going to repaint the reds on this and the whites a little bit, but overall that will stay the same. With my converted tank commander as the banner bearer there. Got a commissar. I love this commissar. I'm actually after the other commissar where he's got a power fist and a sword sort of tucked under his arm, a really old 90s model. I want to get him to match this one, but I love the fact he's reading the book. That really is just total sort of typical 40k cheese. I love it. Brilliant. Skip this guy. Can you guess who he is? And then we've got the actual HQ team, or the squad. Got a Colonel Chauffeur painted up for my colours, and he's used as a different thing. Got the Sergeant Major style, regimental sergeant with the regimental banner. And then we've got converted medic, converted Comtech, and a flamer with 3 wide vein psychers. Love these guys. This guy always reminds me of me because he's holding his head like he's got a headache. This is Solar Macarius, Lord Solar Macarius. He's going to become the new HQ actual, like the top dog for this army. He's going to replace this fellow who's done very good. He's sort of entering the retirement stage of his career with the astra militarum now. We've got a classic 40k tank crewman. Going to be using him as a objective marker. I hope to buy a couple more of them as well when eBay allows me and the prices aren't too stupid. But I've painted them up to be similar with the rest of the army. Got 3 Bulgrins, slab shields, grenadier gauntlets. I love these guys. They've done really well against the Elder and against Nurgle. Really good against the Wraith Guard. They smashed them apart to an extent before, receiving the final death toll. But they did the job really well, considering they were quite heavily outnumbered. Got a few tank accessories. These will be getting added to a Chimera very shortly. Freebie from my wife's work friend. He very kindly gave this to me, so I'm looking forward to painting him up and adding him to the unit properly. And then we have a classic Lehman Russ Demolisher Commander. I'm going to be adding him to a future Chimera that I plan to buy. We've got the original Sentinel, not been repainted, just the, there's a cap, just the base being repainted slightly, overall staying the same. I've got the new Sentinel I've added, converted him so that you can actually see, although you can't see it in this light, but I have converted it so that you can see inside the cockpit. You can just about make out the controls in there, but yes, you can indeed see the driver inside, and I've painted like greens, really highlighted to make it look like the internal light is shining through. Got a Chimera with no weapon, that's awaiting magnetisation, so I'm going to have some weapon options. But as I say, these bits are going to be glued on top of the Chimera to really sort of pack out, make it look a real load horse. You have loads of stuff on there. Really cool. Got the 3 Lehman Russes now. There's a story behind these guys. See what they're painting the track guards and that, but they've all got track guards now. They've had a few bits and bobs added to the backs of the tanks, give them a bit of detail, a bit of like extra sort of carrying things. And the squad marker's been tidied up as well. Now I've repainted these tanks all the way from the ground up. Metals, the whole thing, completely undercoated and repainted. Because Games Workshop a few years ago now redesigned their paint range, and in redesigning the paint range it caused some of the colours to be very slightly different. So when I bought this Baneblade, when I was given this Baneblade as a Christmas present from my lovely wife, when I painted it, although it was technically the same colour, it wasn't. It was actually lighter, didn't quite work with the original colour that these tanks were painted in. So after painting this, I went back and repainted these, so they all matched up. I know, I've got far too much time on my hands, what can I say? But yeah, there they are in all their glory. That is the command tank as such for the 3. I plan on getting a few more and doing some serious magnetisation, because one thing I've learned, it is handy to have the turret options to swap things around a bit. I'd love the Vanquisher, the Eradicator, the Punisher, all those tanks. So that's something I'll have to look into in the future. But as the standard equipment as they are here, too, with no side sponsoons, they work really, really well. And then last but not least, the Baneblade. I love this tank. I wanted this tank for so long. My wife was very kind and bought it for me for a Christmas present, and it came out a dream. No side sponsoons. I'm against side sponsoons. I've said this many times before. I prefer the look of a traditional modern tank rather than loads of stuff hanging out the sides. It doesn't do it for me personally. So there's the Commander. If I can get the focus, there it is. There he is, really pleased with him. I converted him slightly to make it look like he's resting his hand on the sort of his entrance hatch. And I've got like a loose belt fed of ammo coming off the side of the heavy stubber there. So it will focus, there we go, you can see it there. And of course I've named it, all the tanks are named. And this one's called Libby after my little girl. So there you go. Come out really well. Again, sort of tank markings. Really enjoyed painting that. Whether it's maybe stained glass or like a door or something, I don't know. But I really enjoyed painting that. Lots of dry brushing, lots of highlights. Came out a dream, I hope. Hope you guys agree. And the same with these tanks. They've all got names on. Where are we? There they are. All got the names on things there. Going across the sides. All ladies in my life that I love dearly. I thought, put them onto tanks, give a bit of realism, make it seem, give a bit more flavour to the army. God, the zoom is terrible, and the focus is bad. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, there you go. Just a quick 10-minute video, give or take, just to see my Mordian Ironguard and all their glory. You're looking at 2,000 points, give or take here, guys. It's give or take. Depends on the loadouts and things. But yeah, these guys are going to be using their full entirety soon against a Titan, a knight army. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.